Okay, in order to graph this, the first thing that we're going to do, according to step one, is we're going to find the vertical and horizontal asymptotes. So, because there's no translations here, the vertical and horizontal asymptotes are always going to be, so the vertical asymptote is going to be the line, let me do this in purple, x equals 0. And the horizontal asymptote is going to be the line y equals 0. So if I were to plot those, I'm going to plot those with my highlighter. There's a vertical asymptote here, and there's a horizontal asymptote here. Okay? Next, I'm going to go and make my table and graph. The idea, reminders, I'm going to choose 2 points to the right of the vertical asymptote and 2 points to the left. So what's going to end up happening when I'm finished is the graph is going to do something like either this and this, or it will look something like this and this, but it's going to hug the vertical asymptotes, both of them. So let's go and make our table. So I'm just going to grab the table that I gave you originally because it's nice and easy to use. So this is our parent function table. And just like we've done in the past, I'm going to apply our A. Our A is a vertical stretch. So we're not going to deal with horizontal stretches in here for this set. So it's just a vertical stretch. So remember how that works. When we have a vertical stretch, we take the A value, which in this case is 4, and we multiply it to all the Y values. So in this case, let's do that. So I'm going to take 4, multiply it to -1/2. I get -2. I take 4, I multiply it to -1. I get -4. I take 4, I multiply it to -2. I get -8. I take 4, I multiply it to 2. I get 8. I take 4, I multiply it to 1. I get 4. And then I take 4 and I multiply it to 1/2 and I get 2. So let's go and graph those points. Again, what's important is you graph to the left, to the right. If you can't fit something on, that's fine. To the right, to the left is fine. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to graph the point. So remember, these are the x coordinates, these are the y coordinates. So I'm going to graph the point. Let's do -2, 2, -2, excuse me. So that's right, -2, -2. And then let's do -1, -4. I'm not going to do the other one because it's going to go off. So this first branch is going to look like this. It's going to hug here. Whoops, I kind of missed. And it's going to hug that vertical asymptote. To the right, let's do the right. So I got the point 1/2, 8. I'm not going to worry about that. That's too big. I'm going to do the point 1, 4. So 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other point that we're going to do is 2, 2. So again, hug that horizontal asymptote, pass through those points, hug the vertical asymptote. Reminder, we're not going to touch or cross either asymptote. You never can ever cross or touch a vertical asymptote. Technically speaking, you can touch or cross a horizontal asymptote close to the origin, but we're not going to in this case. Okay? For the description, if we were to describe this, which we could have done at the very beginning, this 4, because that number is greater than 1, is a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. So let's just write that down.